Buenos dias from La Fondue in Ciudad de Mexico. My name is Goyo, also known as Crusty Craig, and I've been privileged to be interviewed with you all here on the Internacional Punkytud Festival. And I have a friend here, Martita, who you can't see, who's helped me with this whole thing, and she's going to ask me the questions. And so here goes.
Tell us your brief position about punk and how you live it day by day.
My brief position about punk, meaning basically what do I believe and how do I do it. So I hope I live a punk rock life day in, day out, and I try to do the right thing. I try to treat people right, and I try to help others live better lives. And also, my position on punk, I really don't know what that question actually means, so I guess what it really means is I believe in doing the right thing, fight for what you believe in, stand up for people who are worthy of being stood up for, and live your dreams. That's my answer.
Okay. How do you get involved in the local scene? Do you collaborate in other projects apart from playing with the band?
Well, I'm actually not really playing in a band right now, but these questions were translated, I think, via Google Translate. So, can you ask me the question? Sorry. What's the question? Excuse me. How did I get involved? Pardon. How did I get involved in the local scene? Well, when I was 14 years old, I was introduced to Black Flag and the Dead Kennedys, and that was 1988, and now it's 2021, and I'm 47 years old. And so I went from being a punk rock kid back in the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts, to now being a punk rock adult here in the heart of Mexico. So I guess that's my answer.
What is your political position or participation in the libertarian struggle, or what is the direct action before the punk ideology from its trench?
I have no fucking idea what that question means, honestly. I'm going to try to look at the question myself here. Well, basically, I know that Google Translate has not been our friend here. So, but in all seriousness, I believe in anti-authoritarian life. I don't believe in authority. I believe that each person can be authority for themselves, and that each person can already knows what to do about how to do the right thing, how to be a benefit to society, and how to treat other people. So I don't really see the reason why we need to control other people and to perdón, amigo, es una entrevista. Perdón. In my best, worst Spanish. But we have the responsibility to ourselves and to our communities to do the right thing. And so, no matter whether you're a punk rocker or not, no matter what kind of music you're into, no matter where you live in the world, it doesn't matter. Do the right thing. Help other people live better lives. Be honest. Do your best. And try to model thank you. Try to model how to be. Show other people the way. And with that said, we're all fucked up people, including myself, obviously. So no one's better than anyone else. So remember that. And about this trench business, I have no fucking idea what that question means. So up the punks.
How has being a punk had an impact or effect on your life as a person? And what has been learned from the effect created in you as a person?
Without punk rock, I wouldn't be alive today. I mean, I'm living in Mexico. I'm from Boston. I didn't know Spanish when I came here. My life was a fucking mess back home, so living a punk rock life is exactly that. Being free, being true, being honest, and being who you were born to be and living by your ideals. And not everyone's going to be like that, and not all punk rockers are going to be like that. So what? For me personally, I still have a responsibility to do my very best to be who I say I am, and if I fuck up, to try to fix it and make it right, and try to live that life and walk that talk. So even though I'm going to fuck up every day one way or another, I'm always going to try my best to make tomorrow better. That's my way. Like it or not, that's how I'm going to be.
Can you tell us any anecdote lived within punk, a strong, hard, or funny experience that has marked you as a person?
Well, because I have a personal affinity and loyalty to my local community here in Mexico, who I've made it possible for me to have a life, to have all that I do have right now after arriving here with nothing, my freaking backpack and the clothes on my body. There's nothing more powerful than being part of a community who gives a fuck about you, even if we're all fucked up. And, pardon me. And so, my anecdote is that I live in this beautiful place, this beautiful fucked up place, and every day is an anecdote. Every day is a new anecdote, a new beautiful journey, a new experience that was something I don't know about, something that's new to me as a white guy from North America, or if I should say from the United States. And one thing I'll tell you all who don't know, that when you're from the United States and you move to Mexico and you tell everyone that you're American, you're going to get corrected again and again and again. So something about not just living in Mexico, or not just being a punk rocker, but also living in Mexico, is you're going to get educated by people who know things different than you do. And you better listen, because if you listen to what they tell you, then you'll be able to be part of something beautiful. So when someone tells you, when you say, I'm an American, they say, what are you talking about? We're all Americans. You listen to them, because how we look is much less important than who we are on the inside. So make sure that's the truth. That's what I learned. So, te amo, Mexico.
What is your vision about the pandemic and how have you been affected by it? Have you lived the contagion or with close friends?
Well, I live in an isolated pueblo, and I'm not going to say where that is, but not that far from here. And we've had a very unique experience because where I live is a town that is full of quartz and volcanic rock and copper, and it's very clean and pure and cleansing. And it's very calm. So we have had an issue with people getting sick, but it's been almost invisible. Not to everyone who suffered, but most people's lives are generally normal. And I know outside of where I live, in Mexico in general and around the world, it's been fucking chaos. So I admit I've been a little bit shielded from it, probably for the best for me. And I have just nothing but love and appreciation for all the people who have gone through this and survived, and love and sadness for all those who didn't. And I'm just glad we're all here right now watching this video, or more, I should say, like, being alive and being participating in this festival and being alive today to, make tomorrow better. So I just also, a lot of people have a lot of problems with the way things are and how the global community, I guess we'll call it, has handled this. So I don't want to pass judgment on anybody. I just want to say that this is one of the hardest things that most people on the face of the planet have experienced. And it's been a collective trauma. So no matter what you think and believe, or what you do or what you don't do, we're all in this together. So try to be kind. That's, I think, what I've learned from all this, is try to be kind.
What contribution do you think is important in the world and that humanity should be involved in order to achieve significant changes that make this economic collapse and its new imposition fall, and a better tomorrow can be built for the new generations?
Like answered in a previous question, do the right thing, care about other people, try your best, look out for your neighbor, help out people who have less than you. Don't judge people who are freaking out because they're freaking out for a reason. Don't look at people who are poorer, or have less than, or are suffering. If people are you're reading people online begging for help, they're asking for help for a reason. Don't deny people who are in crisis the support and love that they need. Do the right thing. Help other people. Help your neighbor. Feed the animals. Love. Just be more loving. That's really. I may be a hardcore punk guy, but Gizem was right. Punks is hippies, so. Remember that. Do it. Live it. Be it.
Do you know the International Punkytud Festival? And if so, what do you think of it?
I love the International Punkytud Festival, and I met everybody in person 2 years ago when I arrived in Mexico, and I moved here like that day. And at the end of the festival, there was an incident where there was a guy from Canada. But I thought he was European because he talked funny, but he was not from Quebec either. He was from the Atlantic provinces, and he was a little too drunk, and he was getting himself in a little bit of trouble, and I don't know, I sort of went on a gringo patrol or something like that, and well, I ended up knocking the guy out because he was going to get himself in big trouble if he didn't stop what he was doing when he drank a little bit too much pulque. And the organizers of the festival, some of them witnessed this, so from that moment on, I think I was pretty good with you all, so gracias, up the punks.
Message for the international punk community and people who see punkytud, whatever you want to add.
Por mi amigos en Mexico and Latino America, mi español es muy malo, lo siento. En mi corazón me siento la trauma and the dolor de la gente de Latinoamérica. Es porque en mi vida en Estados Unidos, en mi juventud, mi adolescencia, en muchos años, ¿cómo se dice? Adulto. En mi adulto, mi vida es solamente dolor. Es imposible por mí vivir en Estados Unidos, porque en mi corazón me siente dolor en Estados Unidos. La sociedad es una sociedad de dolor. Yo vivo en México por muchas importantes razones y the punkies en México, the punkies en Latinoamérica, y los punkies en el mundo, especialmente en países consideran el tercer mundo, es mi gente, en mi corazón, es mi gente, mi comunidad. Y la actitud de la punkies en Latinoamérica es del corazón, from the heart. Por mí es comodidad. So, muchas gracias de mi corazón por incluido en tu comunidad, en tu país. Y te amo mucho. And to all the rest, these people who have organized this festival are some of the most dedicated people in the world. In the punk scene, not even the scene, it's more than that. And it's not a joke. It's real. In the United States and in Europe, I'm 47 years old, so I can speak to this. Yes, we have a lot of real punk, and it's legitimate, and people are sincere. There's a whole other reality that if you don't know, you don't know. And I'm so privileged that I ended up in this place with these individuals who, despite the fact that I can barely speak, I can't even speak English half the time, but despite the fact that we have a language difference, we don't have a difference in ideology or in the connection of the heart of what matters. And so all the people in the world who are watching this monumental online festival where hundreds of thousands of people are going to be watching these bands and learning about all the people involved and all the lives and the music, know that you're connecting with people who are legitimate. They're legitimate and they're real. And I could not be involved in a more honorable organization and community of people. So thank you. Up the punks. And at the end of this video, there's going to be some text on the screen. And you can check out my work, my books, and other things I have going on. And this interview was, I was offered this interview because I live here and because I've been an activist in the punk rock community for a long time regarding surviving mental health challenges, addiction, and trauma. And I'm grateful for the questions the way they were, and thank you for writing them using Google Translate. And I did have a little bit of a laugh because I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about this trench business. But with all my love for all the punks in Mexico and all the people in the world who are watching this, and to Martita, she's right here next to me, up the punks. And next year, Mexico City, Internacional Punkytud Festival en vivo. See you there.